Imagine trusting someone, not because they proved themselves, but because they felt safe. They smiled, they listened, they never raised their voice. They were nice. Now imagine discovering that behind that kindness was something you never expected. Not anger, not hatred, but something far more dangerous. Because the most dangerous people are not the ones who show you their darkness. They're the ones who hide it behind niceness. And once you see this, you will never look at nice people the same way again. In this video, you're going to discover why people who seem the nicest on the surface often carry a hidden psychological trait that quietly controls their behavior, their relationships, and sometimes even you. But be warned. The final realization is not about them, it's about you. If you've ever trusted someone who later surprised you, if you've ever felt something was off but couldn't explain it, then this message was meant to find you. At first, niceness looks like kindness, but they are not the same. Kindness is honest. Kindness has boundaries. Kindness can say no. But niceness avoids conflict. Niceness seeks approval. Niceness wants to be liked at any cost. And this is where the first crack appears, because when someone is always nice, you have to ask yourself, what are they avoiding? Here's the truth most people don't realize. People who act overly nice are often not driven by goodness. They're driven by fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of conflict. Fear of being disliked. But fear does not disappear. It hides. And when it hides, it transforms into something else. Something subtle. Something invisible. Something like manipulation. Not the obvious kind. Not control. Not domination. Emotional manipulation. They agree, even when they don't mean it. They say yes when they want to say no. They smile when they feel resentment. And over time, that suppressed truth does not disappear. It builds silently until one day it leaks out in ways you never expected. Passive aggression, guilt-tripping, emotional withdrawal, and suddenly, the nice person feels different. Have you ever noticed this? Someone who is always nice, but somehow you feel guilty around them, as if you owe them something, as if their kindness comes with a hidden weight. That's not kindness, that's a transaction disguised as care, because deep down, they are not giving freely. They are giving to receive validation, approval, control over how you see them, and once you start seeing this, you can't unsee it. You begin to notice the pattern. Their kindness depends on your response. Their warmth disappears when you disagree. Their support fades when you stop validating them, and that's when the illusion breaks. Because real kindness does not punish you for being yourself. So what is the dark trait? It's not cruelty. It's not evil. It's something far more common. Covert control. The need to control how others perceive them while appearing harmless. They don't dominate you directly. They shape your behavior indirectly. Through guilt, silence, and emotional pressure. And the most dangerous part, they don't even realize they're doing it. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because this is not just about them, it's about you. Have you ever been too nice? Have you ever said yes when you meant no? Have you ever avoided conflict just to keep peace? Then you've seen this trait from the inside. Because what we call niceness is often a mask we learn to survive, to be accepted, to be loved, to avoid rejection. But every mask has a shadow. And the shadow of niceness is resentment, unspoken, unacknowledged, but always there. And this is where the real damage happens. Because when someone is always nice, you never truly know them. You only know the version they think you want to see. And without truth, there can be no real connection, only performance, only illusion. Have you ever felt this? Being around someone who is kind, but somehow it feels empty, like something real is missing. That's because authenticity has been replaced by approval seeking, and without authenticity, even the warmest behavior feels cold. Here's the paradox. The nicer someone tries to appear, the harder it becomes to trust them, because trust is not built on perfection. It's built on truth, and truth includes flaws, boundaries, disagreements. Without those, you're not seeing a person, you're seeing a performance. So what happens when you finally see this? At first, you feel disappointed. Then, you feel distant. And eventually, you start craving something different. Not someone perfect, not someone always nice, but someone real. Someone who can say no. Someone who can disagree. Someone who doesn't need to hide. And here is the truth most people never reach. It is not niceness that creates love. It is authenticity. Because real connection is not built on avoiding discomfort. It is built on honesty, even when it's messy, even when it's imperfect, even when it risks rejection. So the next time you meet someone who seems too nice, and don't just ask, are they kind? Ask something deeper. Are they real? Because the absence of conflict is not peace. Sometimes it's suppression, and suppression always finds a way to surface. So let me ask you something. Are you surrounded by people who are truly kind, or people who are simply afraid to be disliked? And more importantly, which one are you? Because the moment you stop trying to be liked is the moment you become real, and real is where true connection begins. If this made you reflect, share your thoughts below, because sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones we understand the least.